Hey, this is the cleaning lady's number, right? So I know you just clocked out and everything, but do you think you could come back to the office? My desk is a mess, and I need you to straighten it up for me.
I'm sorry, but I'm not sure who I'm speaking to. I believe you may have texted the wrong number.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? You can't remember your employer's phone number? I know you're old, but are you going senile or something? This is a business, not an old folks' home. You should have all our phone numbers programmed into your phone in case we need you for something. If that's too much for you to handle, then it's time for you to retire.
What?
Good grief, am I talking to a brick wall here? This is why I hate working with old people, especially old women. Like, do you even remember the name of the company you work for? I am an employee of Midlane Technologies, the company paying you to clean our office.
Well, it's true that I do a bit of cleaning around the office at Midlane Technologies, but I'm afraid you're mistaken. You aren't my employer.
What do you think it means to be an employee, Granny? We give you money to do work for us. That makes us your employer. Sales associates like me sell things to make that money, which we then give to you. So the money the company gives to you was earned by us. That makes us your employer.
If you would give me a moment to explain, I can clear up your confusion.
I'm the one who's confused? I don't want to hear that from you. You're the one who's too senile to remember what her job is and who she works for. Ugh. This is why I hate the cleaning staff. It's all a bunch of low IQ rejects. Listen up. My desk is disorganized. I've got files strewn over the whole thing to the point that I don't even know what color the darn thing is. My obnoxious boss is being a jerk about that and is demanding that I clean it all up by tomorrow. But I want to go home right now. There are all sorts of things I'd rather do than clean up my desk. One of my favorite influencers is going to start up tonight's live stream any minute now. I can't miss it.
Is that what you're contacting me about? You want me to organize your desk for you? Actually, before you answer that question, the more pressing concern to me is how you got my phone number in the first place.
You're always wasting time chatting it up with the geezer who runs security, right? I figured he might know your number, and when I asked him about it, sure enough, he did. Then I asked him very nicely to give me your phone number. He said no. Next, I ordered him to give me your phone number, and he got the point.
Well, I see you could use a lesson or two in common courtesy.
So anyway, hurry back here and clean up my desk. This is an order from your employer.
I'm terribly sorry to say this, but I cannot comply with such an order.
What did you say?
The terms of my contract are very clear. All I'm responsible for cleaning are the bathroom, kitchen, and other common spaces. I have no obligation to clean any areas other than those which I have been assigned.
You think I care about your stupid contract? That slip of paper means nothing to me. I'm your employer, and as your employer, I order you to clean my desk. Are you going to disobey a direct order from your superior? That's flagrant insubordination. I could have you fired for that, you know.
You wouldn't.
I will, unless you haul it back here and straighten up my desk by the end of the day. If you even think about disobeying me, you can kiss your job goodbye, Granny.
Excuse me, Keith, do you have a moment? There's something I need to discuss with you regarding your company.
Oh yeah? That's unusual. You typically never bring up work stuff with me. What's up, Mom?
Are you familiar with the new employee who just joined the company a few weeks ago? Since you run the place, I presume you've read at least through her resume before any hiring decisions were made.
Yeah, definitely. I know all about her. I leave most of that stuff to the human resources team, but I am the company president, so the buck stops here. If I'm not mistaken, you're talking about that girl. What was her name? It's Laura, right?
Is she an acquaintance of yours?
It's a crazy coincidence, actually. Me and her were classmates back at university, though she was a grade behind me. We hadn't spoken to each other since graduation, but she called me out of the blue about a month ago. She was a total wreck. Apparently, the last company she worked for went under, leaving her without a job. So we got to talking, and I ended up bringing her on to the sales team at my company.
Ah, I see. Well, I wasn't aware of the background behind getting her hired.
What can I say? I see a pretty girl crying, and I can't help but do what I can to make them smile again. Aren't I pathetic? But it just so happened that we were short one member on the sales team, so it was great timing. The girl she's replacing went on maternity leave, so I hired her to fill that gap.
Goodness, that is good timing.
And the best part, she's actually a really talented saleswoman. I guess before the company went under, she was the top performing member on their sales staff. So it seems that my weakness for women actually turned out to the company's benefit this time around.
That's interesting. So she really is a talented saleswoman? I wouldn't have thought that based on how filthy her desk is.
Huh? Did something happen between you and Laura? You seem like you're not too happy to have her around.
She just texted me a while ago while I was on my way out of the office. She ordered me to return to the office and straighten up her desk for her. She claimed it was a direct order from my employer. I just got done doing that for her a moment ago and thought I'd message you to ask about her.
Are you serious?
It seems that while her performance may be top-notch, her personality is a bit rough around the edges. For example, she referred to me as the cleaning lady and had quite the haughty attitude when she was speaking to me. Toward the end, she threatened to have me fired if I disobeyed her orders. It was all so odd. I thought there must be some kind of mistake. I didn't think you would ever hire a person such as that.
Wow! I had no idea that's the kind of person Laura is. She never acts that way around me. She's always seemed like a perfectly sweet young woman. I'm sorry you had to get caught up in my mistake like this, Mom.
Don't feel bad. I don't hold you responsible for this at all. It's just that as the company's president, I thought you had a right to know what sort of people are representing your company. With a pompous attitude like that, there's no telling what sort of trouble she might cause for you.
Thanks for letting me know, Mom. I think the best thing to do for now is to just keep a close eye on her for a while. You don't need to do anything she says, Mom. If she threatens you, you can just ignore it. Feel free to name drop me, too, if you want. Anytime she causes you trouble, tell her I need to speak to her in my office.
Thank you, dear. I'll do just that.
Hey, what gives, Granny? What are you doing here at the wedding today? You're just the office cleaning lady. This is no place for the likes of you. Now get out of here before anyone notices you're here.
You've got some nerve, Laura. All I was doing was sitting in my seat, waiting for the wedding to start, and you came along, grabbed my arm, and threw me out of the cathedral. And why won't the door open? Did you lock it? Unlock it and let me in this instant.
Not a chance. I already told you this is no place for a filthy little cleaning lady like you.
How dare you speak to me in that manner?
Oh my God, how oblivious can you be? Don't you have any idea what you're trying to do? Today is the company president's wedding. That doesn't mean just anyone can come, though. Only people who were invited. He didn't even invite half the people on the sales staff. What makes you think it's okay for the cleaning lady to come?
I could ask you the same question, Laura. What makes you think you have the right to be here? You only joined the company earlier in the year. Why would you come to such an exclusive event?
It just so happens that I have a very special relationship with the president.
What do you mean?
We met back in college. He was a year ahead of me, but I still had a bunch of classes with him. So I've known him since before he even became the president here.
There are thousands of students at that university. I don't see how being at the same college makes your relationship special.
About that. That's not the only thing that makes our relationship special. I'm not just a special person to the president. I'm a very special woman to him, too.
Which means?
The truth is that he's always had a thing for me ever since we were in our school days. He treated me way differently than all the other girls. He would invite me to sit next to him in the cafeteria, invite me out to parties. And I could just tell by the way he looked at me that he felt very strongly about me. Do you get it now, or do I have to spell it out for you?
Are you saying you think he's in love with you?
Don't be silly. I don't think he loves me. I know he loves me. I told him I was having trouble finding a job, and he dropped everything to get me hired into his company. Would he do that if I were just like any other woman to him? Obviously not.
Laura, dear, I think you should take a moment and come back to reality. Have you forgotten what sort of event this is? It's his wedding. He's marrying someone today, and she is not you. If you were the one he loved, why wouldn't he be marrying you today instead?
You really don't get it, do you? This wedding is just a formality. It's all a show.
A show?
You might be too dense to see what's going on, but I understand everything perfectly. He's only marrying this woman for the benefit of his company. After all, he's the company president. He has to keep up a particular image. So he found this woman who has some sort of strategic importance to further the company's interests. That's all. I'm the one he really wants, but he's so devoted to his work that he's going through with this charade. Isn't that admirable of him?
Laura, listen to yourself. Do you really believe that's true?
Well, duh, it's the truth. I know it has to be hard for him to make a false vow in front of all these people today, so I came to comfort him through all that. When he sees me out in the crowd, we'll share a knowing glance, and that will give him all the courage he needs. I knew he'd need me here, so I begged and pleaded with him to invite me today.
That's why he invited you? Because you begged him to?
He didn't put up much of a fight. In that moment, it became clearer than ever how he felt about me.
Oh my.
And in spite of all that, you, a lowly, filthy, pathetic old cleaning lady, are gonna come and crash the party? How could you do something so cruel to him? He is suffering enough already. This is an important day for Keith and I to deepen the bonds of love between us, and I won't have you ruining the moment. Get out of here now and don't come back. Why don't you go and make yourself useful by cleaning the office bathroom or something?
I think you'll come to regret doing this to me very, very soon, Laura.
What? As if. Why would I ever regret sending a dirty old cleaning lady packing?
I was hoping I wouldn't have to do this, but you leave me no choice. I'm going to have to tell my son Keith about this.
Huh? Keith? What Keith are we talking about here? Not my Keith, right?
He may be your Keith to you, but he was never yours, and he will never be yours. He is my son, your employer, and the man getting married to the love of his life today. And right now, I'm going to contact him and tell him one of his employees just threw his mother out of the chapel.
What? Wait, hold on just 1 second. You're Keith's mom? The Keith who I went to school with, the company president?
Indeed I am. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Keith's mother, Miranda. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
What's going on? This doesn't make any sense. I mean, you're just the cleaning lady, aren't you? You're always wearing that cleaning lady uniform when you're around the office. You definitely looked the part.
I'm sorry, is there a rule against a woman my age having a part-time job?
I mean, no, but if you're really his mom, then why are you working part-time at his company?
My Keith is such a generous and loving boy who cares for his mother dearly. Ever since my husband passed away, he's been sending me money each month to help support me. But I always felt terrible accepting it. It was far too much. So I spoke to him about it one day, and we decided that rather than him simply giving me the money, he would instead hire me just like any other staff member.
So that's why you clean the office?
It makes it far easier for me to accept money from him, knowing that I've earned it through my own hard work. Although, to be honest, I feel like he's paying me far above market wages for my position.
So it's true. You really are his mom. All this time, I thought you were just some cleaning lady. That's why I figured I could get away with ordering you around like that.
Ah, yes, like the time about 6 months ago when you called me back to the office to straighten up your desk for you. That came as quite a shock to me. It's been many years since I started cleaning here, but no one has ever done anything like that to me.
Hey, about that.
Sorry, Laura, I just got a text from Keith. He's telling me I can come in through the east gate. Well, thank goodness. For a moment, I thought this silliness was going to keep me from seeing my son on his big day.
So, I had no idea that you were his mom. If I did, then, geez, I never would have done half of the stuff I did to you. So, I'm sorry. I'm really, really, really sorry for everything.
I'm sure you are, dear. You have quite a lot to be sorry about. And that was before you blurted out that nonsense about thinking my son was in love with you. I've been at an utter loss for words for the last several minutes.
No, you don't understand. I'm being serious about that. He really does love me.
Oh, Laura.
So don't worry about that. I've known Keith forever. I can read him like a book. I also don't have any delusions about being Keith's number one girl. I am totally fine with being his number two girl as long as I can call myself Keith's girl. Nothing else matters to me.
And what makes you think you can call yourself my girl, Laura? I already have one girl. I have no need for a second one.
Huh?
My mom texted me saying she got thrown out of the chapel, so I hurried over to see if she was okay. Just what in the world do you think you're doing? Why did you throw my mom out of the chapel, Laura? And what's this ridiculous nonsense about me secretly being in love with you or whatever?
But Keith, it's not ridiculous or nonsense. It's the truth. I know that you're in love with me. You don't have to hide it. I understand exactly what's going on today. You're not marrying that woman for love. It's all business.
What is wrong with you? Of course I'm in love with her.
What?
We've known each other since we were kids. We started dating way back in high school. We used to play on the playground together back when we were in elementary school. Then when we got into middle school, I started to, notice her. But she was too close of a friend. I could never tell her how I felt. Once we were in high school, other boys started asking her out, and that was too much for me to take. I went right up to her and told her how I felt about her.
Keith, no! Don't talk like that. You don't mean it. I'm the one you've loved all along. I'm the one you've been hiding your feelings about.
You're wrong, Laura. The only woman I love, the only woman I've ever loved is the woman I'm marrying today. How could I ever love you when I have her by my side?
But you've been so kind to me, way kinder than you were to all the other girls. You used to invite me to parties all the time.
And what of it? I invited tons of people to parties. What good is a party without plenty of people there to enjoy it? And you're just wrong about me giving you special treatment. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Then what about the way you hired me into your company? The only way that makes sense is if you really are in love with me.
Wrong again. I've hired multiple old classmates into my company just like I did for you.
No.
A lot of them had similar stories to you about suddenly finding themselves without work through no fault of their own. Others had family who needed support and were looking for a job with higher income potential. I always try my best to help out anyone who comes to me for help. As long as both of our needs align, why not bring them on? It's a mutually beneficial arrangement. I wasn't giving you special treatment at all.
That can't be.
It's the way it is, so you'll just have to accept it and move on. You aren't anything special to me, Laura. I want you to leave my wedding right now. I won't let you do any more damage than you already have today.
Keith, you're kicking me out?
After you physically threw my mom out of the chapel? Of course I am. And another thing, I'm putting you on unpaid suspension as of today. Don't bother coming to the office again until I call for you.
Suspension?
For now, I'll talk to HR before I make any long-term decisions. But frankly, having someone like you around the office is just too creepy for me to handle right now. You'll receive word of our final decision within the week. Don't bother coming in to pick up your things. I'll have them sent to you. Now, as I was saying, I want you out of here before the wedding starts, so leave.
Keith, wait, don't do this. Don't kick me out. Don't send me away. Let me celebrate your wedding with you.
You can celebrate my wedding all you want from your own home. So leave now, or I'll call the police.
This isn't fair. Why am I getting fired? You did this, didn't you? What did you say to Keith? Did you tell him to fire me? Tell me the truth.
Laura, oh, you poor miserable thing.
There is no way my Keith would ever fire me unless you told him to. Sure, maybe I was a little bit out of line when I was sure that Keith loved me and wanted to marry me, but that's besides the point. Nothing changes the fact that he and I have a special relationship. He hired me, didn't he? He rushed to help me in my time of need. That means he has to have at least some kind of feelings for me.
Actually, I agree with you there. I'm sure he has some kind of feelings for you. As for what those feelings are, I believe we may disagree.
Right? So it's totally out of the ordinary for him to do something like firing me. That's why I know for a fact that you're behind this. So how did you do it? What did you say to him that got him to fire me? Did you threaten to write him out of your will? To cut off contact? Tell me!
I told you before, Laura, as far as Keith's company is concerned, all I am is one of its many employees, nothing more. If the decision was made to fire you, then it must have been Keith's decision. Even setting aside the recent events for a moment, you can't honestly expect them to keep you on after discovering you falsified your work history.
What? What do you mean falsified?
I think you know, dear. You sold yourself as the top saleswoman in the company you used to work at before it went bankrupt. But that wasn't true at all, was it? No, you were, in fact, the worst performing person on the entire sales team. Maybe I'm being too hard on you, considering you convinced yourself Keith was in love with you. Perhaps you genuinely do believe you were number one.
Hey, how did you guys find out about that? That company went bankrupt. Those records shouldn't exist anymore. I mean, the entire company got chopped up into pieces and sold off to various other companies. Where did you get my performance results from?
I have to hand it to my Keith. He's always been a persistent boy. Once he sets his mind on figuring something out, he practically refuses to sleep until he does. Like you said, your company's assets were sold off to various other firms. It took quite a bit of digging, but Keith managed to identify the one that purchased your company's former headquarters. He talked to them and asked if they had thrown away your old company's files. They told him no, everything was just the way it was when they purchased the building.
Oh no!
He walked right into your old office, opened the file cabinets, pulled out your file, and that was that. You should know, however, that my son wasn't planning to fire you at first. He felt awful about kicking you back out onto the curb after coming to him for help. But once he found out that you were prepared to lie to his face after he extended such kindness to you, all bets were off. He can't continue to work with someone who he can't trust.
Okay, I fudged the numbers a little bit. So what?
This is a business, Laura, not a charity, and he's the president. If any harm were to come to the company because of your lies, he would be the one to take responsibility for it. So you see, he had no choice but to fire you.
All I wanted was for Keith to think I was special. I wanted him to admire me. That's not such a bad thing to do, right? I never wanted to deceive him. I love him.
You don't lie to people you love, Laura. Regardless of the circumstances, a lie is a lie. And don't pretend that your performance was the only lie you told him. You always acted like a sweet, innocent little angel whenever Keith was around. But as soon as he left the room, you started using your position in the company to threaten me into doing your work for you. This was never going to end any other way but you being terminated.
Please, tell Keith I love him. Tell him I'm sorry. Ask him to forgive me.
It wouldn't do a bit of good at this point, dear. It's time for you to move on. If I may offer you a piece of motherly advice, the next time your desk needs to be straightened up, do it yourself. As Keith said at the wedding, he packaged up all the personal items in Laura's desk and sent them to her. Out of a job, Laura began a desperate search for a new one. However, anytime she gets asked for her reason for leaving her previous place of employment, she gives the same explanation, which takes liberties with the truth. Apparently, she's telling people that the company president fell in love with her and started stalking her, so she feared for her life and quit. Now, had she gone to another town, she might have gotten away with those lies, but my son has many connections in the local business world. Once he heard how despicably she was defaming him, he immediately called his lawyer and launched a lawsuit against her for slander. Now, not only is she unable to find a job anywhere within a 50-mile radius, she also owes my son a remarkably large amount in damages awarded to him at the trial. She tried to get out of paying it the same way she got him to hire her, by breaking down in front of him and crying her eyes out. This time, however, it seems my son has learned a lesson about dealing with a woman like Laura. Her crocodile tears won't be enough to rescue her from the mess she made for herself this time.
Thank you for watching all the way until the end. If you felt good after watching this video, please like the video. If not, please leave a comment and give us your feedback. Also, don't forget to subscribe. Your comments and likes help this channel grow. We hope you enjoy our other stories as well.
I'll never acknowledge you as my mother. Divorce my dad right now. How dare you get married while I'm away at my friend's place? This just goes to prove how much you two don't care about my well-being. How many times do I have to tell you that I'm the first priority in this household? If I don't allow it, then that marriage is not valid. I'm sorry, honey. Today was the only day that I and your father were able to go to the city hall together. I've been very busy with moving in. Please understand. Don't call me honey. I'm not your honey. And I don't allow you to move in with us either. Why do I have to live with an ugly old lady like you? Ugly old lady? But I thought you were all for the marriage. I only said that because we were in front of my dad. Deep down, I hate even thinking about you two getting married. I didn't know you were so against it, honey. Well, you should have noticed without me having to tell you. Any normal person would have noticed that they are way out of my dad's league if they were you. Really? Oh, stop acting so surprised. Ignorance isn't cute when you're 40. I guess a lot of old people are just like this. You probably don't have a sense of embarrassment. I mean, if you did, you probably wouldn't have been able to live with yourself up until this age. If I were you, I'd borrow money from everyone I can just to get plastic surgery and fix it. Wow. You really thought of me in that kind of way? If it still isn't obvious enough to you, yes. I've thought of you this way ever since the day I first laid my eyes on you. I couldn't decide on which eye to look at when talking to you since they're so far apart. Why on earth would Dad get himself stuck with a lady like this? As you know, my father is an extremely handsome engineer at Megatech Company. He had every single person in the whole country to choose from, and he chose you? I mean, it's true that a lot of ladies were interested in him. I want to become an influencer when I'm older. An influencer? I think that's amazing. And so, I've been working on my social media lately. I have a pretty decent amount of followers, and I was also voted for homecoming queen at school. The next move I need to make is to make sure that I don't have anything on my track record that could cancel me in the future. Don't you see? I've planned out my life perfectly. Yes, I think it's very impressive that you already decided what your passion is and what you want to pursue in the future. And I think it's great that you're planning ahead like this. I'm going to talk about how I help kids in Kenya through a program there on the stage of Miss America. I'll use that as leverage to boost my success as an influencer. Therefore, I can't have you getting in the way of that. How would I get in your way in accomplishing all of that? I mean, my dad is handsome, but my mom was out of this world beautiful. We were known around the town as the best-looking family you could ever find. But my dad decides to ruin it all by getting remarried to some ugly old lady. Is he stupid? Is his eyesight starting to fog up or something? What's gotten into him? I should just have stuck to my mother if I was going to have to deal with this crap. If you really feel that way, then you can go ahead, Tori. My husband and I have no intention of getting divorced anyways. And you were initially saying that you wanted to be with your mother. I really gave thought to it, and changed my mind. Dad makes a lot more money compared to my mom, and people will probably receive the information better if I tell them that I was raised by my father alone. What do you mean by better? Oh well, I'm going to have to give a speech about my upbringing and all of that at the Miss America contest, right? If people believe that I was raised alone by my dad, I could talk about how I did all of the housework while simultaneously keeping up with my studies. They'll think I'm perfect. I mean, who doesn't love a cute girl who's also a hard worker? Even I'm impressed by how mature I am to be thinking about my branding already.
I mean, you're not wrong about it being impressive to see you giving thought to your brand, but...
Well, then you'd surely understand how you're getting in the way of my journey, right? Right now, you have two choices. Either split with my dad so I can go with a single father story, or get some plastic surgery done and fix your face so everyone can think I'm from a perfect family.
I'm sorry, but I have no intention of doing either of those. I'm happily married to your dad and I like it how I look right now.
Talking to you is like talking to a brick wall. How can you not see that you're ugly? Whatever. Fine. Then I'll take initiative. I'll make sure that you and my dad get divorced no matter what.
I don't know what you're intending, but I feel like we should really just have a family meeting once. You can tell your dad about how you feel about me there. And I would really be happy if you could listen to what me and your father have to say. Tori?
Is this Lori's number?
Yes. Who is this?
My name's Julia. I'm Carl's ex-wife and Tori's mother. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. May I ask how you learned my number?
I had Tori tell me.
Oh, okay. Can I help you with anything?
Tori seemed like she had something to say, so I thought that I had to reach out to you to clear the water as her mother.
What could that be?
I'll be just straightforward with this. Could you please get divorced with Carl?
Why on earth would I do that? Are you telling me this because Tori said that she wanted us to split?
That's one of the reasons, of course. I mean, my precious daughter is going to have to live under the same roof as the woman that my ex-husband chooses. She should at least have a say about it too. She's telling me that she's already sensing that she'll end up suffering if you two get married. Do you want that to happen to her?
Of course not. I mean, she's at an age where any teenager would be sensitive toward any type of change. And me getting married to her father is a big change. So, Carl and I have talked already about me not being completely accepted as a mother by Tori, but accepting it as is. I mean, Tori is already a senior in high school. I really do believe that she's at an age where talking about the terms of living together and showing that I care will definitely help us accept each other.
I really don't think Tori is ever gonna accept you, and this isn't just about Tori. I want my husband back.
You want him back? But there's a reason that you two got divorced in the first place because you cheated on him, right?
How do you know about that?
He told me everything about his past before we got married. How he was abandoned by his ex-wife. He said he wanted me to decide whether to accept his proposal after being provided with that information, and I told him that regardless of those things, I wanted to marry him.
I was young and stupid back then. It has nothing to do with our circumstances right now.
I heard that you cheated on him 3 times, and that you'd spend money from his bank account from the house to take your other boyfriends on dates and trips. You didn't even do much housework even though you didn't work, right?
I was busy.
You were busy messing around with other men, right? He even told me that you wouldn't make dinner for Tori and you'd just leave some money on the counter so she could get something herself. After hearing all of those things, objectively, do you think that he really wouldn't consider getting back together with you and getting himself into all that trouble again?
None of that matters. He's probably missing my beautiful face by now. I even heard from Tori that you haven't been doing any work around the house either.
What?
Yeah, you've been making Carl do everything for the two of you, just like me, haven't you?
Actually, I'm working just like he is. So we've decided that the person who has the capacity at the time should take over and do the housework, while the other focuses on work. So it's not like either of us are being forced to do all of the work. Please stop with the excuses. Just know that Carl is meant to be with me and only me. Give me my house back, and Tori is my daughter. Again, I have no intention of getting divorced from Carl. Why are you so stubborn? I finally understand why Tori despises you. It's so stressful to even talk to you. I'm going to save my daughter and husband from you no matter what. You better be prepared for what's coming at you. I'm not sure what you're plotting right now, but if you harm us in any way, you should be prepared to receive some type of payback. You're an adult too, so you should understand that. Tori, I need you to come home right now. We need to talk.
What? I'm about to go to an open campus event, so I'm busy. I'm gonna trade numbers with seniors and build a network. That way, I can use them whenever I need help with anything.
If you're not coming back, then I need you to delete your posts on social media right now.
What are you talking about?
Don't act dumb. You know what I'm talking about. The pictures that you posted of me? Like the one when you took a picture of my face while I was sleeping on the couch? You're trying to spread a bad impression of me, aren't you?
No idea what you're talking about. I'm just showing my daily life to all of my friends. Is there something wrong with that? You just happened to be there when I took the pictures.
You want to become an influencer, right? Well, you're not gonna get too far if you don't know how to take into account that not everyone wants that exposure, especially those who are surrounding you.
What are you getting all worked up about?
Anyone would get worked up if you did what you did to me, and even the captions on a post. Why do you keep writing lies on there?
The one that says that my new mother won't do any housework? Or is it the one that I wrote about you not preparing any lunch for me, so I have to do it by myself every day? Wait, is it the one that says that you ignore me and won't talk to me even when I approach you? These are all facts. I don't see the problem.
I actually do take care of the house. It's just that me and your father takes turns and the one who isn't too busy takes over. And I do prepare lunch for you. Just snap at me when I try to give it to you and leave it at home. And I have never ignored you in my life. You know that's the other way around.
This is all part of the branding. I'm trying to brand myself by giving everyone the impression that I'm having to go through the hardship of dealing with an evil stepmom who treats me horridly. That way, everyone's going to feel sympathetic towards me. As a result, they're going to give me credit for just living with you. Everyone hates you, but they love me. Thanks to that. You know, up until now, all of my followers were just girls around my age and older guys with no lives. But now, even mothers of your age are starting to follow me. And that is a huge step in becoming Miss America.
But every single thing that you've posted so far is a complete lie.
That doesn't matter. As long as Dad feels bad for me and gets divorced from you, and I earn the reputation that I want while getting into my dream college, I win! I'm going to become Miss America.
How many times do I have to tell you that I have no intention whatsoever to get divorced from your dad?
I'll give you 1 week.
Can we please just talk this out? Please? Tori?
Did you not hear me when I told you that I was going to give you 1 week? Since you decided not to listen, I went ahead and turned in the divorce paper for you two. Now you and my dad are complete strangers. I could write a whole book about this story. An evil stepmother tried to rip her family apart, but Tori Stevens persevered and brought her mother and father back together. Now she's become Miss America. This is definitely making to the headlines in the newspaper. Well then, since you're a stranger to me and my dad, I'm going to need you to leave the house.
Shut up. You're the one who's leaving the house.
Whoa, who do you think you are?
I'm your father.
Huh? Stop messing around. I'm not joking. I already turned the divorce paper in.
You're the one who needs to stop messing around, Tori. Tori, you're already 18. You're an adult. How could you end up this immature, honey?
Daddy?
I'm using Lori's phone to talk to you right now, and I've read all of the messages that you've sent to her. I finally understand the whole situation.
Wait, Daddy, it's not what it looks like.
What do you mean it's not what it looks like? You know, I thought that all was going well, judging from the way you were acting at home. But judging from all of these horrible things you've been saying to Lori, I guess I was wrong. I'm disappointed in you, but I'm also disappointed in myself for letting you end up like this.
No, we're actually very close in real life, but Lori and I were just messing around through text. That's really all there is to this. Right, Lori? You can tell him.
Do you really think that's even an excuse? You gave your mother Lori's number, didn't you? You even went as far as to post her on social media in offensive ways.
Oh, wait, so you've read every single one of our texts?
Yeah. Even the way you ignored Lori's kind request to remove the pictures from your social media. And that story about your captions. I did not raise you to become a person who lies and harms other people for her own benefit. Do you think I let you have your own phone so you could do things like this to other people?
Daddy, please just listen. This is all for my future. It was all necessary for me to brand myself and raise my chances to win the Miss America competition.
And it doesn't matter if someone else might get hurt in the process, as long as you attain the future that you want, right?
Well...
You're just like your mother. People like you are always the same. Even when I found out about your mother's affair, and the way she would spend my money to buy things for other men, she would say that it was necessary, because she needed to interact more with other people and learn about the world, whatever that means.
Mommy cheated on you?
Yeah, over and over again. That's why she and I ended up splitting.
Wait, actually?
Yeah, that's the reason why we had to get a divorce. I told Lori about this already, and I thought that I should tell you too, since you're almost an adult. But now, you're also trying to hurt others, just like your mother. You've been plotting to spread a story that Lori tore me and your mother apart, and get pitied for it, right?
No, this was all just a big misunderstanding. Don't worry, now that I know what really happened, I'll accept her as my mother. It's all okay.
No, Tori, it's not okay.
Of course it is. We can just continue on with the lives that we're living right now.
I'm sorry. That's not gonna happen.
Uh-huh. What does that mean?
It means that after everything you've done, we can't just go back to normal. You can't just do those things and say that it was all a big misunderstanding. It's not a misunderstanding because you did what you did, and that's all there is to it. You called her an ugly old lady and criticized her for every single aspect that consists her as a person. You even went as far as to turn in a divorce paper without our permission.
I can explain that.
There's nothing to explain, honey. Doing something like that and making harmful posts on social media, you should know that none of that is okay. And it scares me that you don't have the moral capacity to understand things like that. I'm sorry, but I can't be your father anymore.
What do you mean you can't be my father? You are my father.
No, I have no intention of splitting with Lori. So you can go ahead and live with your mother. It seems like your mother wants that too, so I'm sure she'll welcome you over at her place.
No, I want to live with you, Daddy. You know that Mommy can't afford to raise me. She doesn't even work.
I have no intention to pay for your college tuition, but I'll give your mother the money that she needs to raise you until high school graduation. Make sure to finish packing up by tomorrow so you can move out.
Daddy, please don't do this to me. I don't want to move in with Mommy.
I'm gonna hand the phone back to Lori, so make sure you apologize for everything.
Hey, Tori. It's Lori.
I'm so sorry for everything I've said and done to you. Please, just let this slide this once. I need to live with my dad. Please convince him. My whole future plan is going to collapse if I end up moving out.
No can do. Sorry. You should have apologized before everything got out of hand. You're already 18, aren't you? And you keep talking about your future plans to become Miss America. But you should know that the institution isn't stupid, and they can see right through your lies.
Why would they be able to see through my lies?
It's easy. I'm one of the judges.
What?
I've been a judge for about a decade now. I met your father at the event when he came as a representative of one of the sponsoring companies.
How have I not heard about this now?
I'm sorry, but now that I know what kind of person you are and the lies about all of your stories, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have to ban you from the competition as a judge. I mean, I may not be a judge by the time you apply, but I'll sure be very descriptive about who you are and what you've done.
I can't believe this. You're one of the judges?
Yes, but I don't think I'll ever judge you.
Wait, what do I need to do to have you make me win? This means that I have a connection that could possibly let me win, right? Thank God you're my mother.
Your mother is Julia, right?
I would never call someone like that my mother. Now that I think of it, she would never ever bother making me lunch the way you did for me.
Look at yourself, switching sides as soon as you feel that someone is no longer of use to you. You just keep giving me reasons as to why you shouldn't be able to compete and waste everyone else's time. We are strictly looking for empowered women with both impressive looks and mentalities, who we feel are competent to change the world. I really don't see you getting anywhere.
Please.
Carl and I had a long talk while you were gone, and the two of us came to the conclusion that your existence in our household is unhealthy for both of us. You hate me as a person, and I wouldn't be able to take being hated on for the rest of my life in my own house. Having you move out is the better option for all of us.
I'll love you as my mother from now on, I swear.
Do you really think that I can trust those words after everything? Seriously.
I'll be a whole person starting tomorrow, I swear.
I'm sorry, but there's no trust between us anymore, and I feel that it's going to end up being the better choice to go to Julia's place as well. I heard that your high school is pretty close to her house, and even though we won't be paying for your college tuition, there still are tons of college scholarships out there.
Please help me convince Dad. I need a college education.
You just want the name of a nice school on your resume, right? If you want to make dreams come true, then at least try to grab them yourself without shoving other people down a hole in the process.
But
become an amazing young lady that would make us regret ever banning you from the competition. I wish you the best of luck. Please pack up your things and be ready to move out by tomorrow.
Wait! Lori! Let's talk! Please, let's have a family meeting and discuss the future as a family. Please don't leave me at a dead end like this.
Tori's father and I never ended up forgiving her, and she ended up moving out of our house and going to live with her mother. Since her mother has horrible spending habits, Carl and I decided that we should hand it over to Tori monthly. After that, I heard that Tori was unable to save up for college or focus on her GPA, and ended up finding a job after high school graduation. Apparently, Julia is also trying to re-enter society and find a job, so I hope the two are able to learn how to care for others through this experience.
Thank you for watching till the end. If you felt good about this video, like the video. If you didn't like it, let me know why in the comments. Subscribe too. Your likes and subs lead to our motivation. We have so many videos on our channel as well, so go ahead and take a look. See you in the next video.
Holly, are you okay? I just heard that you got hit by a car. Did you get taken to the hospital, or are you going to be all right?
Hey there, Rachel. Thanks for your concern, and sorry to make you worry about me. But it's okay, I'm going to be just fine. I did have a pretty nasty break in my right leg, so looks like I'm probably going to be laid up in the hospital for a while.
Oh no, you broke your leg? That's terrible.
It must have been so scary for you. Well, actually, I didn't have much time to be afraid at all. Everything happened so suddenly. I was just walking through the crosswalk when this car came along and blew through the stoplight. I got hit so hard that it sent me flying through the air for a couple of yards. The doctor who saw me in the ER said that it's a miracle that the only thing I broke was my leg. So, all things considered, I guess I'm not in too bad a shape.
Wow, you actually got thrown that far? Good grief, that's terrifying to hear. And you're going to be in the hospital for a while? Oh, that's too bad. Have they told you about how long you're going to be there?
A pretty long time from the sound of things. The doctor came into my room a little while ago to check up on me and said that I'll be looking at least a month at this point. Depending on how my leg heals, it might even be longer than that, though.
A whole month? That's insane! I can't believe you're going to have to be out of the house for that long. All right, well, then could you wire us some money? The sooner the better. We've got a lot of things to take care of.
Money? For what?
Well, if you're not around, who's going to do all the cooking? We're going to end up having to eat out most of the time. We'll need to have enough money to pay for going to restaurants and buying pre-made meals from the supermarket. Oh, and we'll also need to hire a maid to come in and do the chores for us, so can you send us enough to cover those expenses too? Let's see, if you're going to be in there for a whole month, for the time being, you can send me $1,500. I'll let you know if that runs out and I need more.
Whoa, hold on there. Why do you need money to pay for all that stuff? It's only going to be a month. Can't you guys just take care of the cooking and cleaning by yourselves?
Are you kidding? No way. You know your mom has bad knees. She can't stand up for long enough to cook a whole meal. It'll be way too painful for her. And Joey has to go to work every day, so he won't have time either.
Well, yeah, I'm aware of my mom's and brother's situations, but what about you, Rachel? You should have more than enough time to take care of everything. You quit your job when you got married so you could become a housewife. The only reason I've been doing most of the work up until now is simply because I've lived in my family's house longer than you have. I know where all the supplies are and how everything's organized. I suppose this is as good a time as any for you to start taking on your share of the housework too.
Get real. I don't want to do any of that boring stuff. I hate doing chores. Cooking and cleaning, it's so lame. I'd rather look at my Instagram feed. Like, why do you think we moved into your family's house with you and your mom? It was so I wouldn't have to do anything I didn't want to do.
No way. That's really the reason why you guys moved in with us?
Yeah, I had no other choice. I've always wanted to be a housewife ever since I was a little girl. You know, like the girls on Instagram who are always showing off how neat and clean their houses are and showing off their adorable dresses. That's what I want to do. But I don't want to have to actually clean or anything, so I need to get someone else to do it for me. That's when I heard from Joey that you were still single and living at home. I knew it would make your mom super happy to have her son and daughter-in-law living with her, and if I moved in, I wouldn't ever have to do any chores. Everybody wins.
How am I winning exactly?
How can you be thinking about yourself at a time like this? We're going to have so much trouble with you in the hospital for a month. Since you're not going to be doing your job, then you're going to have to pay to get someone else to do it all. Cleaning, cooking, everything. You're paying for all of it.
Is this all some kind of crazy dream? Maybe the docs gave me a little too much morphine.
Hey, wait a second. You said you were going to be in the hospital for at least a month, but maybe longer.
Well, yeah, it all depends on how well my leg heals up.
But that means you might not be able to make it to our wedding. It's exactly 1 month from today.
Oh, wow, you're right. Man, time really flies, huh? Feels like just yesterday you guys said you had eloped and were moving in with us. I'm really sorry, Rachel, but yeah, there's a pretty decent chance that I won't be able to make it to your guys' wedding. Even if I manage to get rescued from the hospital sooner, I'll still be in a wheelchair with a giant cast on my leg.
I can't believe it. If you're not going to make it to our wedding, that means you're not going to be able to give us a wedding gift. Oh my God, just when I thought this day couldn't get any worse.
What?
I was banking on you giving us a ton of money for a wedding present. I mean, you're single and basically live for your work, right? I figured you must have a ton of money in savings that you're never going to use. And obviously, if it's for the wedding of your only brother, you'd be willing to shell out at least a few G's. So I had the wedding planner give us the premium wedding package. But if you're not going to be there to actually hand over the money, this is really bad.
Rachel, are you being for real right now? You were planning to use me to finance an extravagant wedding for yourself?
Let me think. What are we gonna do? You're gonna have to speed your recovery along, Holly. You need to have that leg healed up within a week, 2 weeks tops. This is not negotiable, Holly. You have a responsibility to come to our wedding. And when I open the envelope you hand over to reception, there had better be enough money in there to pay for the premium package.
Hey there, Holly. I heard about your accident. How are you doing? Do the doctors think you're going to be back to normal soon? Go ahead and shoot me a message with updates whenever you can. Oh, and don't worry about taking care of things around the house. We'll figure something out. You just focus on getting better, okay? I know Rachel probably said some stuff to you, but you can go ahead and ignore her.
I don't know, Joey. The stuff she said to me is going to be pretty hard to ignore. I know this is the woman that you chose, Joey, but are you sure you want to marry her? I mean, did she tell you that she planned a wedding outside of your budget because she was planning on me funding the whole thing?
That was news to me, but I am aware of that now, yeah. Let me deal with Rachel. I'm gonna take care of her. Man, don't tell anyone I told you this, but back when we were planning it, I had said that we should keep our wedding on the simple side so we could save money for our future. But Rachel was super insistent on having some elaborate show of a wedding. You know, we're only gonna have one wedding and all that.
I totally understand why she would feel that way, but it's incredibly presumptuous to plan an entire wedding on getting an outsized gift from me. What were you gonna do if I didn't give you as much as she'd hoped? Do you guys have enough savings to cover it?
Oh yeah, don't worry about that. I have plenty of savings. Rachel, on the other hand, has absolutely nothing.
Nothing? Like, nothing?
I mean $0 and 0 cents. I guess she's under the impression that a husband should be the one to cover all the expenses after getting married. So she spent every last cent that she had saved up before we got married on herself right before we eloped. She bought shoes, clothes, purses. I checked her bank account statement, and sure enough, the balance is a big fat 0.
That's crazy. I've never met anyone like that before. Living on one income is one thing, but intentionally depleting your own savings? Yikes.
Plus, we went ring shopping together, and the one Rachel picked out was pretty big. So I had plenty of savings going into this marriage, but things can't go on like this forever, to say the least. Which again is why I told her I thought it would be best to have a simple wedding. But no matter what I said to her, nothing got through. She just shut me out completely.
It sounds like she's one of those women who have a very particular idea in their heads of their perfect wedding. And if the real thing deviates even a smidgen from the ideal, then all hell breaks loose.
Completely. Honestly, her attitude really started changing once she found out where you work. Every time I would comment on something being too expensive, she'd just brush me off like, "What are you so concerned about? Your sister's rich." She thought she could just put on a cute face and get you to fork out as much money as she wanted.
Wow, so you're telling me it's not just the wedding? She's been planning on using me as some kind of free ATM machine since the very beginning?
Again, Rachel, you don't need to worry about that. I won't let her take advantage of you. It's just that she won't listen to a word I say. It all goes in one ear and out the other. But yeah, I have more than enough money to cover the cost of the wedding, so you don't need to feel any compulsion to give us a large gift, okay?
Since when did you become such a responsible, upstanding man, Joey?
What can I say? I had a good role model in my big sister. About the wedding, I think it would be best if you didn't come. I don't want you rushing your recovery for our sake. Also, I don't want you to get involved in any kind of trouble with Rachel during the ceremony.
Yeah, good point. Okay then, I guess you can go ahead and mark me down as not attending. Sorry, Joey.
Don't be sorry about anything. Oh, and by the way, a girl from your office came by with a nice fruit basket and a card for you. I'll bring it over to your hospital room later on today. I'll talk to you later, Holly.
Thanks, Joey. Talk to you later.
How dare you, Holly? You really are a jerk, you know that? Why aren't you coming to our wedding? I just looked over at the family section and saw your mom, your aunts, and uncles, but I don't see you anywhere. Where are you? Are you going to flake out on us at the last minute?
No, I told Joey a month ago that I wasn't going to make it. My leg hasn't healed yet, and the doctors want me to stay a bit longer. Did you really expect me to wheel myself into your wedding in my hospital gown?
You could have changed clothes, get a nurse to help you or something. And this facility is 100% handicap accessible, so you have no excuse not to be here. You need to get over here now and give us our wedding gift.
Yeah, that's all you're concerned about, isn't it? The only reason you want me there is for my money. You don't care one bit about my leg.
You never even came to visit me in the hospital. Shut up, would you? You're the one who's in the wrong here. You're skipping your own brother's wedding. What is wrong with you? Think of what people are going to say about us.
Huh?
What if people start spreading rumors about how you and I aren't getting along? Is that what you want? To humiliate me in front of all my friends and family?
I don't know what you're worried about. No one in my family spreads nasty rumors like that.
You don't know that for sure.
Well, to be fair, it's not like we're on the best of terms. You've never done any of the housework for us as long as you've been living with us.
Oh, so that's it. You hate me, don't you? That explains everything. You're not coming to the wedding, not giving us any money, making me do the housework. It's all because you just hate me. I'll bet you think I must be the absolute worst woman in the world, don't you? You probably wish your brother and I never got married.
I never said any of that.
I'll bet. Oh, don't tell me. You faked your car accident to get out of coming. That's it, isn't it? You've been pretending to be hurt this whole time. I can't believe you. Oh, come on. You have got to be kidding me. It's all very clear to me now, Holly. Ever since we moved in with you, I saw the way you would glare at me when you thought I wasn't paying attention. You hated me because I wouldn't do any of your chores for you. So you planned this elaborate stunt to fake an injury and get out of coming to our wedding. I never glared at you. You're just making that all up. Think about it. Would I really go to all the trouble of faking an accident to get out of going to a wedding? I could have just pretended to be sick the day of the ceremony or something. I have had all I can take of your lies, Holly. You can admit it. You hate me. Go ahead, say it. Even if you don't say it, I still know it's true. Well, guess what? If you really hate me that much, then you can get out of my house. What? I don't want any fake family living with me who secretly hates my guts. Take that fake cast off your leg, come back to the house, pack up your things, and get out now.
She's not leaving, Rachel. We are.
Huh?
You just accused my sister of faking her own car accident. This whole conversation, you've been spiraling downward into practical conspiracy theory territory.
Wait a second. My sister? Oh no. Joey, is that you? What are you doing with Holly? Our wedding is starting soon.
Did you forget that we had the start time delayed by an hour? I wanted Holly to see me in my tuxedo.
Oh yeah, I guess I did say that.
Holly got a text from you while I was visiting, and I took the liberty of reading your conversation. You just tried to kick my sister out of our family's house. Mind explaining that to me?
But I trusted her. Even though she hated me, I still trusted that she would have the decency to come to our wedding, and she betrayed that trust.
Oh, so now you think betraying someone's trust is a bad thing? That didn't stop you from betraying my trust, now did it, Rachel? At this point, I don't see any reason to go through with this wedding anymore.
What are you saying, Joey? Are you saying you're going to call off our wedding? But it's starting in just a few hours.
And now that I see you for what you really are, I wouldn't even have any problems walking out on you mid-service.
Joey, why are you doing this to me?
I told you, Rachel. I told you time after time after time, do not rely on my sister's money to pay for our wedding. But now I see that you completely ignored my very clear warnings. Not only that, when she refused to play along with your silly little games, you tried to kick her out of the house?
But I...
Oh, and another thing, you stole the gifts Holly got from her company. I am incredibly disappointed in you.
I have no idea what you're talking about. I didn't...
Don't play dumb with me. You stole the money that was in the card she got. You even ate the fruit from the fruit basket.
I didn't do that. You're making it all up. How do you know her company sent her any money anyway? Did you open the card?
Her office called me the other day and asked me if Holly got the card yet. They told me they sent a basket around the office and everyone put some money inside to send to her. The total should have been over $2,000. What happened to that money?
What? $2,000? There was only like $500 in there.
Oh, that's interesting. How would you know how much money there was in that envelope unless you opened it? Now that we've established that you opened it, what happened to the money? I asked my mom and she said you offered to deliver it to Holly for me, but when I asked Holly about it just now, she said she never got the money or the fruit and she never saw you at all. So that leaves us with quite the mystery. Both the fruit and the money are nowhere to be found.
About that?
Come to think of it, you bought yourself a new necklace the other day, didn't ya? It was a pretty nice one, Rachel. If I had to make a guess, I'd say it was worth somewhere around $500. Where'd you get the money for that necklace?
I can explain.
You don't have a job and you don't have any savings. Where'd the money come from?
I sold some stuff online.
Oh, what website did you use to sell them? I'd like to see some records of that, if you have any. And let me be clear. If I find out that you stole the money that was supposed to go to Holly, I'll divorce you right then and there.
Divorce?
You got that right. I'm gonna head over to the chapel now. Before I get there and before the guests start to arrive, you need to tell the planner that the wedding is off.
No, I can't do that. I won't. All of my friends are coming today. I can't cancel it. What am I going to tell them?
If you'd like, I can tell them for you myself. You're not going to change my mind on this. The wedding is off. Don't like it? Then you should have thought twice about trying to mooch off of my sister.
This is terrible. What am I going to do, Holly? I thought Joey was bluffing when he said we were going to get divorced, but he meant it. He just handed me a massive pack of papers to sign and everything.
So you did steal my money then. And you ate my fruit, too. Seriously? You couldn't even let me have the frickin' fruit?
It's not like I meant to. It just kind of happened. Joey's been so firm on not spending any more money on our wedding. Not just that, he said we'd need to cut back on spending for a while to pay it off. So I couldn't get any extra spending money from him, and you were being stingy about the wedding gift, so I saw the money in the envelope and, you know.
You could have bought that necklace in about a month if you just got a part-time job. You had no excuse to steal that money.
Give me a break. I'm apologizing, aren't I? That means you have to forgive me.
I must have missed the text where you actually said the words, "I'm sorry."
What do you want from me? I mean, when you really think about it, I didn't do anything wrong at all.
Stealing isn't wrong?
I wasn't stealing. Sure, you might be in the hospital now, but you're gonna get out eventually. When you do, you were planning on giving us a belated wedding gift, right? Plus, since you flaked out on our wedding, you were going to give us an even bigger gift to say sorry.
Excuse me?
So what's wrong with me taking a measly $500? You were going to give it to us eventually anyway. So no, I didn't do anything wrong. At the very least, I didn't do anything to deserve Joey getting so mad at me.
That is an absolutely insane justification of petty theft.
It doesn't matter why you took it. I could still easily have you charged with a crime if I wanted to. They'd laugh you out of the courtroom. The judge would be like, "You're charging your sister-in-law with a crime over $500? Case dismissed." Maybe he'll throw you in jail for wasting his time.
That's not how pressing charges works, Rachel. In any case, you did something incredibly underhanded and dirty. You stole the gifts that my friends and coworkers put together for me to show their concern for me. I'm not going to forgive you for that.
Come on, I apologized to you for that already.
No, you didn't. By the way, I heard you guys are moving out of the house for a while. So you guys are going to stay with your folks while you finalize the details of the divorce?
Yeah, I told him I didn't want to talk about divorce in front of my parents, but Joey just wouldn't listen to me. He said he wanted to have a disinterested third party with us while we were talking.
That's my Joey. He knows how to look after his own interests. Well, good luck in the divorce proceedings. I hope you don't wind up too deep in debt.
I have terrible luck, though, and I don't understand any of this legal stuff, so I need you to do a really big favor for me. Talk to Joey and convince him to take me back.
Huh?
You're the only person I can count on, Holly. I'll start doing housework, I promise. Even after you get out of the hospital, I'll help out whenever I can. I want to be a good housewife for Joey.
I wish you would have had that attitude from the very beginning. You're way too late to have a change of heart now.
Please.
Honestly, I wish I would have told him to divorce you a long, long time ago. Goodbye, Rachel. I wish you the best of luck. I hope eating all that fruit was worth it. After that, I launched a formal criminal complaint against Rachel. As soon as the police got involved, she became much more willing to pay me back the full amount of what she took from me, so I agreed to drop the charges. However, Rachel seemed to be under the impression that if she paid me all the money back, then Joey wouldn't divorce her anymore. She was sadly mistaken. She threw an absolute hissy fit, and on the day they were scheduled to move out, she just bolted straight out the front door. I had no idea where she thought she was running to, but boy, was she running. She ran straight out into the road in front of our house and got hit by an oncoming car. In a funny coincidence, I saw her being wheeled into my hospital room as they were wheeling me out. Her parents never even came to see her, until the day they had decided to discuss the divorce right there in her hospital room. They walked right into the room with Joey and his lawyer, looked her straight in the eyes, and said, "This time, you're not going to run away from us." They got all the details of the divorce finalized that very day.